if you haven't been following up, because my mother asked about it, I'm like, Mom, I really don't care. What's been going on with this Mr. Vegas pastor thing? You know? I'm like, Mom, no, I don't. But yeah, is it that he was invited to the church to debate him about a certain thing Jennings said?
All right, so I watched the interview he did after the fact.
Who?
Vegas did after the fact with On Stage. So Mr. Vegas said that he was kind of like talked about. So it's like they wanted him to be there, and they mentioned his name that he would be there in the Star. But when the Star contacted him, he said that he didn't know about this, and that he was unaware, and that he would not be there. But then some communication happened between him, Mr. Vegas, and the church, Pastor Jennings' church, and they agreed and said, okay, he'll do it. So he was scheduled, or he was slated to come on to talk.
It seemed like it was
to be debate. It was a debate.
It seemed like a debate setting.
Right. So to debate what he said about whatever.
And apparently this is
to debate what Pastor Jennings said about women, calling women hoes and prostitutes.
I'm gonna play the clip now. We'll have the Ox God today on Aram today.
That's right. You so-called Christian-looking whores. That's it. Jumping in some church, flapping your ankle chains around, all on the choir, breasts hanging out, lips all red, nails painted red, purple, blue, green, long like bird claws, all this fake hair, breast implants, toenails painted with little fake diamonds in it. Your toes ain't richer. You're nothing but a prostitute.
So that.
Right.
That and like to him talk about woman, sound like there's like a disdain in a way. Like I can understand like some of the women then got extravagant with the nails and the hair and the plastic surgery, but to him talk about woman, it seems like there's some disdain there for women.
Is it disdain or hate?
One and the same.
Because he's a real misogynist. That man, you can see that his women to him is supposed to be procreate and serve him. That's the only two purposes that I feel like when you listen
While I have sex with little boys behind closed doors? You thinking for another?
Jesus Christ, that's a bit libelous now. No, don't say them something there.
Would I say him do that? In your opinion,
I'm not saying that. Don't put no fucking word in my mouth. All I'm saying is that he's very misogynistic. Because he's very much into separation. The church, the congregation, women. There are no women leaders. Like there are no women deacons. There are no women. What a position.
Reverend, you heathen.
Right, like they're women don't hold a leadership position in his church. It's all men. Men are on the pulpit with him. A pulpit per pew. Where the pew? That pew down at bottom. Anyways, yes, like women, they're all men, like surround him.
Yeah.
And in the congregation down at the pew, women are.
I'm a hype man too.
Yes, he has a hype man. Women on one side and men.
Yes, sir.
Men on one side.
Say it now.
And I don't know. And from a side, because this is not the first he's been making statements like this. It's not the first I've seen him.
He's known for inflammatory statements.
And you just dismiss him. You just think of him as somebody who is just somebody who create the scripture to fit his dogma. Like pretty much that's it.
Which is why I have to pose the question. Why is Mr. Vegas going to this man's church dressed as T'Challa, as Black Panther, saying going to debate this man in a church full of his followers? It makes no goddamn sense.
And again, to Mr. Vegas' defense, he said that he thought that it was going to be a mixture of people. in the congregation, in the audience. He thought that it was going to be a conference of sorts where other invited churches from out of Jamaica come together, I guess, to hear the debate. So he didn't know that it was just going to be first church members.
You're going onto his territory. And the only
he
thing
didn't know it was
you
going to be like
accompany yourself with is scatterbarrel.
No, again, he's saying that he didn't
Scatter, why were you there?
He didn't think that he was going to be that. He didn't think he was going to be just his church member. He thought he was going to be open to the public and he was going to invite other churches in Jamaica to come and be a part of it. So he didn't know that it was just going to be.
The man think...
According to Mr. Vegas in his onstage interview.
The man think if they're going to roll up in there dressed as T'Challa, right? Theme music playing and all. We already identified that this man, Pastor Gino, is why would he entertain this?
I don't know, and it's crazy how Jamaican public give him such credence too. Like pull him off. The air, I think him air on CVM. Pull him off CVM, like, and I mean, I don't understand how. What's funny in the clip that same clip. He was talking about hoes and you church hoes and you're a church, you a prostitute, and like the camera pan to one woman while we're I don't know if it's a real hair, maybe it's a real hair, I don't know, but it looked like it was a wig, but
yeah, she look upset.
But you know what? It's so
shit him talk about me.
You know what's so annoying about these churches? And that's why I've kind of always a battle with my faith. It's not that, and I shouldn't even say faith. I just battle with being a member of a church.
And this whole religious concept.
Because I believe in God.
Especially in Jamaica.
I believe in God.
Me too.
I believe that there is a higher being out there. Whether you call him Yahweh, whether you call him Allah, whether you call him Jesus, whether you call him whatever your bishop name, whatever you call him, I believe there's a higher power out there, or her. There's whatever it is. I believe that there's a higher.
There's a higher power.
A higher power out there, really looking after me and ushering my steps. Cause sometimes some things happen to you just supernaturally. I feel say it's not me, and nothing what me do cause this to happen. So I accept that, but church and the rules of the church, and then what is always so hard for me to accept when these bishops, these pastors, these whoever try to put it on God. Oh, don't wear this because God says so, because the Bible says so. Like, don't do this because God talked to me and this is it, and I'm talking for God. More likely I talk for yourself, More likely I talk for yourself, and because I'm always questioning things. My mother always said from ever since I've always been a very inquisitive person.
You are.
I'm always ask question and very.
Where was this inquisitive person who talked to Junior Kang? I don't know, but okay.
Up yours, Naro, up yours.
Sad.
No, but so I'm always questioning things, and let me just kind of find it so hard sometimes for kind of subscribe to them. Like I always say, subscribe. I always consider it to be a subscription. Because it's like you're subscribing to things. It's like a magazine. Like I believe like Christianity and the different fractions that Christianity is broken into. You have Pentecostal, you have Anglican, you have Catholic, you have whatever. Like the different fractions is broken into. I feel like you're subscribing to it like a magazine. You're not everything you agree to, but some parts of it you like, and that's why you pay a monthly prescription with your tithes to be a member of it. So you subscribe to the theories of it. But you have to remember, but people need to remember, is man. A man write the Bible. That's the first thing them teach me in a RE class, C-Sec. The Bible was written by man. At least if it wasn't written by man, it was it was first written in, like them say, it was several different languages. It was Arabic, Latin, Hebrew. So there are different languages that it was written in, and then to be transcribed into, or to come over into English, man, so some words were on, some words were so, like, them not know the English word for that. So
No,
them just
but
write,
it was divinely
them
ordered by
create.
man. By God. So
Exactly. So them just say, me not
it
know
is
that
flawless.
word there. Me not know that word there. So me just gonna put it, say, is not. When it could have been shall or do or what.
God wouldn't allow that.
You know, so people need to remember, say, it's human beings you're dealing with. And I've always been worried. The first time I read about the Jim Jones massacre, you didn't know about that? Like, the first time I heard about it, the first time I watched the documentary, and I was so fascinated, and I always ask myself, like, how can people be caught up in something where them really lose themselves and kill themselves, them children, them wife, them loved ones, for a man? For man, like, for somebody say, oh, I am this chosen one, drink the Kool-Aid and go to heaven. Like,
not gonna
how?
lie, in some of these churches, the lines get blurred between the pastor, the leader of the flock, and God, because some of these people, when you really check it out, they're following the pastor.
Yes, and not
whatever the
necessarily.
pastor say, go because of him touched by God. Some of them don't really have a relationship with God. You know? Them have a relationship with the church and with the pastor, right? And in teachings.
Yeah.
You know where Jervis, well, I think I'm not going there. Even though some of them probably do. But as I said, the lines get blurred, and there was a bigger point in all of this that I believe Scatter was saying, and even Mr. Vegas is saying. But because I take Mr. Vegas as a clown in this situation, like, I can't take anything while
I think Mr. Gino
is serious. It's a big clown fest. There's two of them are clown to me.
I think Mr. Gino was wrong. I think that him shouldn't have allowed his men.
Yeah, because this
to accost and to
ended
take
with
out.
him Vegas basically being thrown out.
Yeah, and it should not have been so, because him call it, because how it kind of starts, you know, like, you know, he wanted to. Mr. Vegas was trying to say, okay, let's go to the tape, and apparently Gina never liked it. I don't know if there was something missing from the clip, but apparently Gina never want to go to the tape, and
you wanted to clarify what exactly was said. If
Mr.
you
Vegas
call
wanted to clarify,
people
right,
who do this are they whores,
Right.
as opposed to
and one question Mr.
you
Vegas
can be compared
posed,
to us. I think
him
that was
asked, him say, what if the Bible is older than woman? And he's like,
did you know that the Bible is older than woman or man? Which is bullshit.
Who said? I think Gina said that the Bible is older than woman.
I think our Vegas is this actually.
No.
Gina? Also?
Yeah, because Gina said, like, I just want to clarify. Are you saying that the Bible is older than woman? Like, he was asking. Like,
whoever said that,
to say it.
whoever said that is fucker.
Yeah, because.
Yeah, man, right? The Bible. It's common logic right there. Who wrote this? It just appear. With God, anything is possible.
With God, anything is possible. But, you know.
But me, like I say, like, the main point of people being sheep really stands out. Because when I time in Vegas, same ask the people, them say, yo. So y'all tell me, say, Oprah and Portia. Where me go? I tell me, say, them are or. Like, with the Oprah thing, people say, but the JLP people, yes, she our or, yes. Like, when Oprah, like, somebody say, when they come on to Portia name, yes, she our or, yes.
Oh my God.
The one just clearly point out them sheep aspect.
Yeah, you can't take people serious. They say why people should not. Boy, this is sometimes I feel saying that people should not be thinking for themselves, but they need
why
to.
I say, why did Vegas do this? Why? It's his territory. It's his turf. Yeah, go to like I want to preach to these people.
I heard people bringing up the Willie Lynch, like it's the Willie Lynch syndrome.
What's that?
Is from my understanding was that Willie Lynch was a slave owner back in when slavery was a thing, and he had a speech, and he's saying how white people or how the slave owners can really and truly conquer the blacks or black people is through dividing them, thinking that, you know, the light skinned ones are better. So you make the light skinned ones go into the house, you treat them a little better than how, you know, the darker skinned ones in the field slaves, so they're treated worse. Then you divide them, so you make the slave, the white, light skinned people think, oh, massa ain't that bad. You know, and then the slave nigga is like, the field person outside is like, no, he's horrible, he's the worst, let's come together. So I'm saying that the more you can divide them by letting them think that they're separate, is the more that you can dominate them. So, you know, like, that's what people were kind of positing. I'm like, it's not necessary. I don't think that's the case, but even though that's how it is, because then, like, the Jamaicans in the crowd thinking that, oh, he's obviously from America, he's an American, he's obviously better, he's obviously more astute and better than us Jamaicans, and listen to him, the God obviously touch him than you Jamaican, than our Jamaican pastors out here. So I don't know if there's much. I just think it's just a situation where it's really cheap, and there's we need to be careful of who and why we obey, and just step back from it. But you can't. But you see, most of these people in this church, you hardly find young people. I think that if there's supposed to be a study, and I'm just talking, just even in the church that I go to sometime, like there are not a lot of young people there, because young people are questioning things, and like, why you like, why should you why you said that. So the young people that you find is people who are turned, like absolutely like turned.
Or them where young and they have to they go there because
like, well, them still have to listen to them parents, but those who you find 1 and 2, like my near your age, like those people are actually turned. Like them by 19, them married. 19, them married to the deacon, and them very much got there. My Wednesday Bible studies, Tuesday prayer meeting, Friday youth service, Sunday church, morning church, afternoon church. They're there. Like, those are the people who are actually turned, and like them just baptize and get indoctrinated right away. Like, them not go out in the world, them not live, them not do nothing. And I don't knock your faith, but just think critical, man, and just open up yourself to the possibilities, because people will make you drink the Kool-Aid.